YouTube was good. It's your boy, Paulus Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. Hey, guess what? This is your first time tuning in. Go ahead, hit the doggone subscribe button. Hit the doggone notification bell every time I post some new content. Hey, before I go any further, listen. Those of y'all that actually really left my channel, no, that was not for you. It really wasn't. I have allergies that are actually really year round. But you actually really ain't trying to know the real deal, then just know when you go to another channel, then this is what I'm doing right now is exactly what the hell you gonna do. And be like, well, damn, I never should have left the crazy uncle. But in either case, today's topic, right? And again, this is another topic where that, yeah, I always knew about it, and I let the shit fester because it's just for the simple fact that I'm like, hey, look, I'm gonna go back and look at what the fuck everybody done said, and then I'm actually ready to go and be like, okay, here's what the fuck. So what the fuck? So what I'm about to do for y'all? This is like, here's what the fuck. Okay, so sit back and relax and enjoy. Unknown to a lot of people, Brother Polite is a celebrity, right? He falls under what I like to call the conscious, the conscious brothers category, meaning that he's in the same category that Paul Mooney was in, Dick Gregory was in, and then even though I'm a big fan, Public Enemy, what they're actually in. They in that so-called conscious category, right? Which for the most part, I'm not gonna. I could say it's a fairly new category because Marlon Brando, for the most part, he was actually really saying this shit back in the '70s, and it's probably like a lot of other celebrities that was actually really saying it prior to him. But let's just say for shits and giggles that it actually really took hold in the '70s and in the '70s, and what you actually really see transpire today. But just know that these motherfuckers today, they are not conscious, like beyond, like they are not conscious. They are actually really drunk as fuck, right? But in either case, what the what's going on here is like, okay, here's somebody that let him tell it allegedly raped a 14-year-old girl. It's almost okay, like you raped your girlfriend's 14-year-old girl. So my question to you is that okay, so your girlfriend's pussy wasn't tight enough that you have to go after her daughter. Mm. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna ask the question again, brother Polite. So your girlfriend's pussy, your girlfriend who is 31, right? So apparently her pussy wasn't tight enough. So you had to go after her daughter. Now I know you might sit up here and say that, oh well, I didn't do it. Well, what the fuck you went to jail for? Which, here's the deal. Here's the deal with this. When you're a celebrity, whether you in the top class or you down in the economy, right? You still a motherfucking celebrity. You still gotta follow the same rules. So apparently, let's just say that this so-called conscious brother that is named Brother for Life, let's just say for shits and giggles, right? That he acts like really became conscious and said, you know what? No, I'm not gonna do that no more. Right? So the higher up said, well, hey, guess what? We need for you to do this. Now, whatever that was, apparently, let's just say that it was too much for him to handle. And he said, no. So I'm like, okay, we gonna say that you raped, you got a girlfriend that's 31 years old that just happens to have a 14-year-old daughter. So we gonna say that you raped her daughter. We gonna send your ass to jail. Let you think about it for a minute, and then we gonna let you out on a certain amount, on a certain amount of money, where you can post bail. Right? And then I was listening to another fellow YouTuber, right? Where that, or fellow YouTubers, where that act like really played footage of this guy called Senator, right? Which I'm just like, what the fuck is a Senator? I mean, again, he's supposed to be another so-called conscious brother, right? But I just look at it like this, and which is what I was gonna say earlier. If you're a so-called conscious brother, are you actually really trying to con me or con us into the science that you want us to believe? And I'm actually, and I'm actually really looking at that, leaving it at that. But what brother so-called polite said, he like, well, you know what, dog? I can't talk to you on this platform, on the social media platform. Well, guess what? What the fuck you did or didn't do was already on the social media platform. So you could have spoke if you actually really wanted to. So 9 times out of 10, you probably did that shit just because you felt like that your 31-year-old girlfriend, apparently her pussy wasn't tight enough for you. So you go after the 14-year-old. Right? So this is what the fuck we do. Right? Apparently, on top of the pussy not being tight enough, apparently she really wasn't buying into the bullshit what you try to actually really put out there. Right? So you go to the 14-year-old, which is, for the most part, her mind is wide open. Right? So you fuck her. Right? And 9 times out of 10, your 31-year-old girlfriend probably don't know how to actually really raise her daughter the way the fuck that she need to be raised, right? And then you was dropping that bullshit. You was speaking real nice to her. Her pussy got wet. She dropped the drawers. You fucked. She found out about it, and it's just for the simple fact, it's not for the simple fact that you forcefully raped her, right? You actually really fucked because you talked that bullshit. She got mad because you got tired of fucking her. She called the police on you. You went to jail. Now, listen, here's the deal. I'm not actually really defending you in any aspect. Because just like I said, right? You just like the rest of the motherfucking celebrities. This is what the fuck you do. You fuck people that you ain't supposed to fuck. Whether they the same sex as you or whether they the opposite sex of you and but they're a hell of a lot younger than you. You did that shit. Right? You did it. But then when it was time to pay up, you didn't want to pay up. So they put that shit out there. Yeah, he fucked her. They probably got footage of this shit. Chances are, right? So, so again, right? And then with this Senega guy or whatever the fuck he called himself, another conscious motherfucker, he probably was there filming the shit. Because 9 times out of 10, if I actually really looked at it right, he was the first person that he called. Or Senega was the first person that called Brother Polite. Right? And then they said, hey, and then he said, hey, look, we can't talk about this on YouTube. Right? So, because he probably looked at, look, I ain't trying to get you in trouble because you was there filming the shit. And they tag team. Chances are, and I really wish both of them bastards was actually ready to come to me and challenge me on any goddamn thing. Any goddamn thing. I invited. Let me motherfucking destroy both of y'all if I haven't already done it. But I already know what the fuck you gonna say. Oh, you drinking that poison. Okay, so me drinking the poison versus you fucking teenagers, that is not legal. Okay, so I guess we both in the same boat. Well, no, you're not finna put me in that. Y'all not finna put me in that. So the whole thing, people, is this. He's a celebrity. He did what the fuck they accused him for. That's why they arrested his ass. Right? And 9 times out of 10, he probably told Senega, well, damn, I should have went on and did what the fuck they wanted me to do. Because they was gonna give me, it to promote me. Because the thing about being a so-called conscious brother is this. The powers that be or the powers that shouldn't be will give you information. And for the most part, a lot of motherfuckers actually really listen to you. They will listen to you. But they only giving you just enough because 9 times out of 10, Brother Polite probably said, hey, look, if you really want that serious money, then you're going to have to take it up the ass and you're going to have to suck dick. And he said, no, I'm not going to do that. So then they said, oh, well, look, we're going to keep you down at the bottom level. Yeah, we still going to pay you, but you're not actually really going to get top dollar. And it's just for the simple fact that all of the scams that the guy that has pulled or tried to pull over the years, right? Scamming people out of their money. Eventually, this shit was going to come up. I tend to put him, and like I said, I tend to put him in the same category as Paul Mooney and motherfucking Dr. Umar Johnson, so-called Dr. Umar Johnson, the ultimate Pan-Africanist. Apparently, with all of his motherfucking credentials, he still don't know the simple, basic geography that Africa is a goddamn continent where that all of the countries, as many countries in or on the continent of Africa. But he's a Pan-African. Okay, I got it. Fuck games as usual. Hey, what's good? What's good? I'm glad to see you back. Glad to see you back in the YouTube world. So, uh, damn, kind of threw me off a little bit. But in either case, people, all what I try to do, I call myself the crazy uncle for a reason. I might need to actually change my guy. I might need to actually. How are you? I caught you driving on my way home from work. Oh, okay. Okay, so my whole deal is that uh see. Oh, yeah, I had to break away. Okay. All right. Okay. Here. Okay. I'm back. I'm back. So yeah, I had to take a break. Some of these people. Yeah. I trust me. Trust me. I got you. They crazy. Ooh, damn. They crazy. I got it. They crazy. They crazy. Uh, just like I said, uh, I done had like a little changes for me myself. I actually really moved back to Arkansas. And I actually really married my high school. Well, not my high school sweet, but my childhood sweet. I mean, she's like the most beautiful thing ever. But in our case, but the thing about it though is this people. I uh, I don't put nothing past nobody. These Hollywood, Hollywood people are sick. Matter of fact, they're actually really beyond sick. And chances are, Brother Polite did that shit. He did that. He probably did. The thing about it though is that what they're actually really talking about, he probably did that shit years ago. And it's just for the simple fact that they push it and they push it and they put it on the shelf. And then yeah, I do. I know about crazy people. Is but the thing about it though is what you say? Well, you know where the word where come used to. Oh, okay, all right, I got you. It was for the most part that makes a lot of sense. Uh, uh, Hollywood comes from they used to make one from the tree of a Hollywood. Or let's well, you want I tell you what, let's actually really take it further, right? Let's just say that the wood was hollow, right? Yep, yep. So can I? Are you gonna actually really be around for a while? Everything is everything good? right? You're gonna go back to watching my shows or whatever. You know, his mom's good. You know, so the thing about it though is this, you know, I lost a lot of subscribers. You know, I lost. Well, I ain't gonna say I lost a lot, but like a lot of people, 3, 4 people left using that magic against us. Yeah, I know that's what they do. That's what they try to do. But people like me and you, and the people that actually really that subscribe to my channel, I think we actually really know what the deal is. We know what's happening. We know why it's happening, and we just have to actually really be 3 steps ahead of the game. You know, plain and simple. So, but in either case, you know, going back to Brother Polite, he did that shit. They recorded that shit. The shit that they actually really bringing out into the light now is some shit that he did years ago. That he did years ago, and they actually really told him, "Hey, dog, look, this is what the fuck we do. This is what the fuck we do. We fuck, we fuck underage females, right? And if we actually really don't do that, we string them up. We string them up. We take their blood at the highest when their adrenaline is actually really at its highest, and we drink the blood so we can actually really stay younger than what the hell than what we need to be. So yes, the wounds they made were from the wood of a hollow tree. Yeah, okay, you know, again, you know, exactly. We are awake to know what. Yeah, so again, you know, I'm just like I'm almost at the point right now that what happens for you know for those that actually really want to be in the world of Hollywood, they want to be in it so bad, and they get them so drunk or whatever, and they not realize what they're doing, and then they record them, and then they save the shit for later. So for the most part, it could be just for the simple fact that yeah, he did it, but they recorded it and they saved the shit for later. And then it's just for simple fact, just like what I said earlier. Uh, they were just like, well, we want to promote you, but you got to do this. You got to do this again. But you gonna actually really be on the receiving end. And he said, no. And they were like, oh, really? So guess what? We gonna put this shit out here. So he did it. He did it. But just know that the shit was years ago. Exactly. And they use their skin and wear their skin shoes. Yeah, so that's why I said, oh man, I was like, I'm actually really glad that you actually went back into the stream things or whatever. But just like say, you know, if you haven't, oh well, if you haven't, just know you might need to do some binge watching on a lot of my shows. Whatever, go back and look at the stuff that I did on Afghanistan. Yep. So go back and look at the stuff that I did on Afghanistan. Matter of fact, you know, just go back and binge watch my shows. Go back and binge watch a lot of my shows. You know, because I've been saying a lot of stuff, you know, since you've been out of the loop or whatever. So, but the thing about it, that's my whole spiel. Baby girl, Niecy, come here. Come here. So, I know she ain't gonna always be with me, but this is my baby girl. She don't always. Well, I ain't gonna. Do you always agree with what I say?
No.
Yeah. So what? So this is like a preview of a new show. So okay. So all right. So what you want to talk about? Me and you. We go. The next show that I do is gonna be me and you. So what topic you gonna talk about? Love. Why do you want to talk about love? What is true love? What you want to talk about? That's why I love you. Okay, so that's what we're gonna talk about. The next show, that's what we're gonna talk about. All right. Oh, my friend said, hey. Hi. Yeah. So. Oh, thank you very much. I mean, she's my childhood sweet. We've been knowing each other ever since we were kids, and I'm actually really, really glad that um, I'm glad she's back in my life. Right. So she's really did a whole lot. She's done a whole lot for me. So, but there's no that the next time that I come on, right, it's gonna be me and the missus. I'm there. Oh, that's I appreciate that. But just know that the next time that I come on, if you know, if time, if time permits, right? Uh, Me and the wife, we gonna come on. We gonna we gonna talk about love. We gonna talk about true love. We gonna talk about a whole lot of things, and just make sure that y'all turn in. So hey, tune in. So I just said what I had to say about Brother Polite. Yeah, that motherfucker did it. They posted that shit on the shelf years ago, and now they just now posted the shit out. So, um, so with that being said, hey, guess what? Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell Big Dan, tell Big Bertha, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa, motherfucker next door, across the street, around the corner. Papa's Harris, aka the crazy uncle. And I'm gonna holler at y'all next time. Just know that my baby is gonna be on with me next time. So hey, y'all make sure y'all tune in and that. Tell everybody. And I'm gonna holler at y'all.